Okay guys, so I decided, because this painting's easier to see the letters with the overhead light than with the light on the canvas, that I'll work on this one with you guys. I am still working on my other one. This one's been going for a while and I stopped it, and then some of you guys made some suggestions and everything else, and I found the overhead light worked a little bit better, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm still gonna put the light board on behind it. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know how those look to you. Sorry. Camera angle changed itself. Alright, so we're gonna work on this one together. Again, it has these letters that look way too similar here for me, but they seem to be a bit better with the overhead lights, so why not do it with you guys and see if this works out okay. I am still working on the lady. I've had this one started for a while and would like it done because I do think it's going to look pretty done. I just hate these letters. It's also extremely horribly hot in here. I have air conditions on and fans on. The temperature in the house got up to about 88 degrees. So I turned the air conditioner on. I have fans blowing all over the place. So if you hear any of the noise, I'm sorry, but it is hot. And I've been complaining about the heat, and I finally gave in and said, okay, it's time for air conditions. I can't do it. I have a fan blowing on the dogs right now to try to keep them cool. So we hopefully are all right. I'm sorry I start these out weirdly in all my other videos. Starting and ending, I'm a little not clear on yet. I don't know how I want to word that, sorry. Alright, so there's a few cat hairs on here. Oh well. I have animals. Hairs get all over. I don't really care. The animals are worth the hair. So, we're good. We're gonna work on this section, I guess. And I'm gonna start with V. Because I have a few V's up here, and then V's here. Although this, I might have to recover to do that. I know some of you guys paint while I'm doing this, so hopefully you guys don't listen to the letter I'm saying and mess your guys' self up, thinking that's the letter you're on. I would be one to do that. If I diamond painted while watching somebody diamond paint and they mention the color, I am sure I would accidentally start doing the wrong color. Or catch myself almost doing the wrong color. The camera keeps wanting to adjust itself to the angle I don't have it at. It's one of these bendy arms, and they don't hold their shape very well. I think a lot of you have probably tried something that has like a bendy arm, and it flexes, yes, it'll hold its shape to an extent, but there's like weak spots where it won't hold that shape, or it falls when you put it at that angle or anything else. So wow, I'm gonna need to fill my V. Container is low, and oh, I think I know where the bag of drills are for that. I will have to dig it out. So we might not be doing all the V's. We might just be doing this and switching to another letter I have have more of the color of till we get the other bags put in the case. And I'm not gonna make you guys wait while I'm doing that, so we will work with what we got. What we got is a drill that doesn't want to come out of the container. Don't you love when the drills get stuck in the tracks and you can't pick them up? It was the wrong color, so I was trying to pick it up and throw it in the garbage, and it won't pick up. Didn't want to come out of the track. I am using this purple tray. It has the stupid door thing here. I don't like these doors. I'm tempted to just cut it off, but this is the one that came with the little ones in it. 2, 4, 6 little ones in it. Told you I probably wouldn't use the little ones because doing multiple colors at the same time But the big one, the tracks are really nice in it. It holds them very well. Kind of too well, maybe. We'll see. Might just be a few drills that I've had that issue with. It's a nice size. It's bigger than the other ones, but it's smaller than the giant ones. So again, it works out pretty good for that. I do seem to like having a bigger container. I don't know about you guys, and I've watched videos on it and everything else. I'm not the best at straightening my row of drills. I go like this and I shake it, but I'm not the best at straightening my roll of drills. So, sorry, I was just checking to make sure you guys can see the part of the canvas I was working on. I don't know why. I'm not the best at straightening them. I've seen somebody say that, you know, if you rub it against your painting, the texture of the drills already on the painting will help straighten the drills in the tray. And I think that is a true fact. I think that actually does work. But when you're doing a diamond painting standing up like this, it doesn't really work. You need one laying flat so you can go like this and rub it against it. Also, this one I'm not sure that would work because this one has like little round feet on it and it doesn't have anything else on the back of it. This one I am not doing out of bags like I have been doing. This one I'm doing out of the stupid little containers. And I have all the extra drills in bags to pour in the container as I'm working on it. This is how I used to do my diamond paintings. And then I used the Tic Tac containers, which were my favorite containers. Now the bags are my favorite because putting them in that book is really easy, carrying it anywhere. If an animal knocks it over, each bag is individually sealed. The lids aren't likely to pop off. I've had lids pop off of containers and lost all my drills, and I'd just rather not go through it again. I have really hyper dogs that will jump up on the couch without any notice and will proceed to knock everything in their path over. And I love them for it. Sometimes they're a lot to handle, but I like it. It makes me happy even when it annoys me. So, I, rather than teach them not to, would just like to do something so that they don't cause me trouble by doing so. Also, sorry if you hear my computer notifications. Like I said, you guys are right next to my computer. I have been thinking about cleaning my desk off, but again, I kind of hate the idea of being in a separate room from everything. But I honestly have been thinking of cleaning my desk off and using my desk in the other room, so I don't have to worry about anybody else in the house or possibly the animals, although I probably end up taking the animals with me because, yeah. I don't get why people get pets if they don't want them with them. Like, what's the point of having a, well, okay, so I get both sides of this, I honestly do. What's the point of having a bird room was going to be where I went with that comment. Because if you have a bird, shouldn't you just be spending all your time with it? Shouldn't it be in the room you guys spend the most time in so that it's always with you and you can interact with it? What's the point of getting it if you're not interacting with it? On another note, having a playroom where it can safely be without being monitored and not get itself into too much trouble, not having it always depend on the human, is sorry, I got distracted at the wrong point. I'm sorry. But there is something to be said for that. I guess it's how much interaction you have with them in or out of their room and how often you have them alone. I don't get people that get animals to leave them chained outside or leave them in a room of the house that they only go into like once a day. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. If you have an animal, it should be in your main living space, in my opinion, or access to and from the main living space often. I've had rabbits and had them in the bathroom, in the hallway to the bathroom and stuff, because I couldn't trust them in the living room on the carpet. But again, you go to the bathroom quite often, then when you go in there, you just spend extra time in there saying hi to them. And of course, walking down the hall to do anything in the other half of the house, you get to say hi to them. And so they weren't always in the living room. I did bring them out for supervised time. But again, when I had fish, I had to have all my tanks pretty much in line of sight. Like, I didn't want to just have a fish room that I could go into. I always want it to be in my fish room. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. And I have to cut this video short because my mom needs my assistance. So I will try to help her. Always fun trying to help somebody with an electronic problem when they don't understand them. Wish me luck on that. I'm going to try to help her, and then I'm going to get back to this. Alright, sorry guys. Is there, by chance, like a law that states when you're busy, everything has to bug you at once? I always feel like nothing's going on, and then everything is going on, and there's like no in between. Case in point, I started doing this, and then my mom wanted to bug me, then my sis wanted to bug me, and like, nobody's bugged me for like the whole week, I don't think. And then I get to doing something, and poof, everybody is bugging me for something. And of course, they want me to use my phone for it, so I can't record with my phone and use my phone to talk. And yes, I record on my phone, which is kind of funny because I would think the video quality would be worse because my camera actually has a crack through it. I think it's only across the lens for the pictures though, and not the lens for the video, luckily. But I got it fixed, and I don't know what happened. It proceeded to crack again right after we paid to have it fixed. I don't get why it cracked in the same place again after I got it fixed. So I don't know if the glass is just like weaker that they put in it when they fixed it or what, but that happened. And so I'm not sure if I want to get it fixed again or not. Don't have the money to pay to get a new phone right now. Really would like to get a new phone so I have a better quality one, but phones aren't cheap. Right now I'm still working on the V's with the double placer. I did a few while I was off camera. I recorded my stash video for you guys and should have that up pretty soon. Probably before this goes up, actually. I don't know, we'll see, because the stash video has some dead space I have to cut out and stuff like that, so I might end up putting this up first because this has way less editing. It just is pretty much cut out. Well, actually I stopped the camera and restarted, so I didn't even have to cut out the distraction really. If I don't want to, I can just string the two videos together because I paused it so you guys weren't held up for too long with nothing going on. You'd just have me a little distracted about what I was saying. And that's fine because I lost my train of thought, so even if I cut it out, you would know that I lost my train of thought. I was talking about the animals. Yes, you might hear my baby boy in the background. He's being a nice boy and just kind of making woohoo noises and stuff right now. Yes. You a pretty bird? He doesn't like talking when a camera's on him. He doesn't like talking to me too much either. He knows quite a few words, but he likes to use them on his own when he wants to use them. So it is kind of funny though. He knows how to talk to the house AI. I don't want to say their name because I don't want to activate yours. But he knows how to say the Google's name, how to wake her up. And he has woke her up before, didn't know he knew how to say her name at this point, was sleeping, and next thing you know, there was music on in the house. Do you want to know how creepy it is to wake up hearing music in your house when nobody should have been in your house to turn that music on? That was creepy. So we wake up all ready to go at it with somebody, and everything's still locked, everything's normal. It's like, okay, why was music on? Maybe just a ghost in the machine. Whatever, right? But with those things, unless you turn it off, I think it's unless you turn it off, maybe it's unless you turn it on. Or maybe it depends on which one. They record a history of what was asked for. So after that happened a second time, it's like, okay, what is going on? Why is our music playing when we're in bed, there's nothing to play? And I look through the history, and it said that we asked for the music to play. It's like, no, I was asleep. So I listened to the recorded audio of asking for the music to play. And when did you know it? My bird asked for the music to play. So I found out my bird knew how to say her name along with asking her to play something. And I can't get him to say it on camera, but I heard him say it on that recording. So that was interesting. And then it happened a few more times where he asked her to play something, and we stopped using her and started using the Echo. And I don't know if Echo's name is just harder to say or what, but he hasn't asked that one to do anything, even though I'm sure he knows Google's. Still, since we don't use it often, he seems like he's quit using it. So we haven't had that happen lately, but I don't mind if he turns on a little music for himself. And I have a passcode for buying anything, so it doesn't accidentally think he's trying to buy something if he tries something like that. I mean, I've seen funny videos of people's parrots like ordering food because they want it. They're smart. They learn how to do some weird stuff like that. And yeah, I don't need him to go ahead and place an order without my knowledge. So there's a passcode on that. He can't place one unless he also says the passcode. And I don't think he could do that. Maybe he could. Never doubt a bird's ability. Doesn't matter what it comes to, never doubt a bird's ability. There's a poem that kind of is similar. I think there's a similar one for humans, but there's one for birds that talks about how if they see it, it's theirs. If their beak's on it, it's theirs. If they had it previously, it's theirs. If they want it, it's theirs. I don't remember exactly how the word goes, but basically no matter what, it is theirs. And it's always theirs and not yours, you know, that type thing. So that is very true for a parrot. If anybody owns a parrot, everything is the parrot's. And everything should go the parrot's way. They're spoiled kids. There's a reptile YouTuber I watch, and he has a video that kind of mentions it. It's talking about cockatoos, but I think it really stands mostly true for large parrots as a whole. It's a reptile channel. He does you know, is this the best reptile for you, with a rating and stuff like that. I don't remember the channel's name, and I hate getting channels' names wrong, so even if I think I might remember it, I don't like saying it out loud. But he did one about, is a cockatoo the best reptile for you, or something like that. And he talks about how they're like 3-year-olds, and then he like describes a few things that they do that 3-year-olds do, and it's like, so did you know which one I was talking about? Me either. Talking about how they cry and how they whine for everything, and how they like to be cuddled, and throw temper tantrums. And yeah, they talk, but you can't really understand exactly what they're saying all the time. And so he did that video, and I'm trying to look for the video for you guys. I do believe it's Clint, isn't it? I'm sorry. Yeah, Clint's Reptiles. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to say the wrong name. So, yeah. Cockatoo's the best pet dinosaur 4 months ago. It was kind of entertaining. I like the way he put it. I like the way he puts a lot of his videos, but it was funny how he listed off similarities between them and kids, and the fact that kids will grow out of it and a bird will never grow out of it. And these larger parrots can outlive a human. So you forever have a kid with you that never grows up, that you're going to have trouble finding anybody to babysit if you have to go anywhere, that you have to put in your will because it will probably outlive you and you need it taken care of after you pass. And so, yeah, it's a very eye-opening thing for somebody to watch. And again, I'm talking big parrots. A cockatoo is a huge commitment. So are an African gray, so is a macaw. A cockatiel is not as bad. They live about 15 years, so you're in for about as long as you are with the dog. They can still be very affectionate and learn some words, so that's a good, you know, kind of like middle point, stuff like that. The Quakers or Conures, the parakeets, they're actually called. The differentiation between parrots and parakeets is the tail. However, saying that, macaws, because they have the pointy tail, actually fall under the parakeet category. And I know in America we call budgies, or budgigaries, or however you word it, parakeets. But that's true because a budgie is a breed of parakeet, but your Quaker is actually a breed of parakeet. It has the pointy tail. It's in the family parakeet. That's like us calling a German Shepherd a dog. Well, it's true, but its specific breed is a German Shepherd. The same thing goes with parakeets. We're calling them by their family. We're not calling them by their specific breed. Sorry, I'm animal obsessed, and I guess I'm gonna let you guys see into this video. I don't know where that's where this all went, but that's where this all went, and I got so interested in talking that I didn't switch colors. So you guys have been staring at a painting with nothing going on. Sorry. Let's get this side out of the way. So we're gonna go in with the O. One of the colors I wasn't a fan of previously. Let's see how this goes with the overhead light. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, again, if you want any animal, do your research. And there's still going to be stuff that you don't find when you're doing your research that you'll end up wishing you had known beforehand. It goes that way. Sometimes you don't know the questions to search until it happens. I had that happen with my bearded dragon when I got him. I researched bearded dragons. I knew the temperature of the tank. I knew the best manufacturer of the heat light and of the UV light. I knew the size of the tank. I knew that substrate may or may not be a good idea, and what they ate and how often they should eat, and I knew all of that. I knew everything you would think you needed to know to go into it. And then I got the bearded dragon. A few days later, I'm looking something up like, is this normal? Is this okay? And yeah, apparently it's normal, and you'll find a bunch of posts about it and a bunch of information about it if you look it up. If you're just reading around a forum and trying to research information, it doesn't seem like anybody mentions it in that. So be aware that there's some things you just have to learn from experience, or at least, you know, have experience to know to go look for, because it's not just going to be right out there for you guys. And I'm guessing that same thing could be said true for, wait, I'm doing O's, ain't I? That is an O. I'm guessing the same thing could be said true for a lot of other things too. Like, you look up a car, it says it's a pretty good model of car, and you say, okay, it's a good model of car, I'm gonna get it. And then you get it and something goes wrong with it, and you look it up and, oh yeah, it's a good car, but that car is notorious for having to fix said problem, you know? So there's stuff like that that you only know to research after it happens. And hindsight is like something I think everybody wishes they had, huh? I mean, I don't think anybody can say they've never thought, well, if I had known, I would have done something differently. I think that's one thing everybody's had happen to them before. It's like, if I had known, I wouldn't have done that, or I would have changed how I did it. I think everybody's had a point in their life where they've said that, or multiple points in their life. And this gluey stuff is a little too sticky, if you guys can't tell. It's keeping the drills to it, not the tool. Like I said, it had to be changed because it was too dull, and now it's too sticky. So I'm gonna sit here and try to get a little bit of its stick out of it. Like I said, I just tap it against my finger, try to get some of the skin oils on it. I think I've seen somebody say something about being able to use like a lotion or something. I'm not sure. Is that an O? Okay, that's 4 O's in a row. Hopefully I'm seeing that right. So again, does anybody else play a little word game with themselves while they're doing their diamond painting? Just trying to come up with words that start with that, make a sentence that starts with that. I bring it up, and bringing it up to talk to you guys about it, I feel like I just put myself on the spot. And you know how when you put yourself on the spot and your brain just goes, nope, I'm turning off. But yeah. So my brain doesn't really want to do it, but something kind of like orange olives open awkwardly occasionally. I don't know, just some stupid random little letter after letter of the words you're working on, just keeping the letter in your head and not just saying the letter repeatedly, and trying to just say that letter in your sentence. So trying to keep a lot of thes, ands, ors, wins, or you know, any extra carrying features to it. So the sentence don't tend to turn out as full sentences, obviously, but you know, something good enough you can make sense of it, or it does make sense. Or it could be completely random. But I do like randomly sitting here and saying words with the letter to keep the letter in mind. Otherwise, I notice I kind of forget what letter I'm working on. So I'm not just sitting here repeating a letter and getting bored of that. I'm also thinking and making up some fun little words or phrases. Talking about that, we could go on to a completely different topic. I don't know how many of you guys would have seen this. Have any of you guys seen the older show Chain Reaction? I think they possibly brought it back. But like the word game where they give you a word at the top and a word at the bottom, and then a letter, another letter, and another letter, and another letter in between, and you have to fill in the words off of that first letter. I really liked those. I wish that show was back. I'd like to have more of that. It was fun to me. So I don't know if anybody watched any of that. I think it was like an MTV thing or something, wasn't it? When they started doing random stuff. Or was it like a Game Show Network or something? I'm not sure. But I did find that really interesting to watch. I wasn't as fond of the reboot, I don't think. I think they had a reboot and I wasn't as fond of it. I've tried to watch a few old game shows lately, and they just weren't as entertaining to me as they used to be. And I don't know why. Like, maybe it's because I'm older and they were generated towards a younger audience, or I'm not sure. Kind of one of the ones I'm thinking of while talking about that, I think it was called Cranium. They had people stay up 24 hours in a room, and then they'd like put them on hamster wheels and have them run, and they had to read out a story or tell you information about the story, and they couldn't say and or stop. They just had to talk out the facts. Any of that would make it go faster or something. So I used to find that really interesting and entertaining to watch when I was younger. I tried rewatching it. It's like, yeah, no, not quite into this. So again, might be just something that changed with my age, or might be, you know, how videos used to be versus how they are now, that I'm just not used to that style. There was another one that I really enjoyed, I believe it's British, 101 Ways to Leave a Game Show. I think there was an American version, nowhere near as good as the British version. The British version was really fun, putting people in shopping carts and sending them off the edge of the building into the water. Or the English version kind of just did like a punching them with a glove or something, didn't they? Or having them try to climb up a string before it falls into the water or something like that. Just was more a Fear Factor type thing. So not really like 101 Ways to Leave the Game Show. Funny laugh at how they, you know, fall or something. That one I think is still entertaining. Not sure I would honestly rewatch it all, but that was entertaining. Another one that I used to find quite entertaining when I watched it, that I do believe is a British show, was Golden Balls. And I did rewatch some of those and wasn't as interested as I used to be. But that was another one I used to find entertaining. I like to try to watch different shows from different areas and stuff like that. I think everybody has like a different way of making shows and game shows that just isn't seen in certain places, and some of them do certain things differently that is better or worse, and it makes for an interesting video if you can watch multiple people's game shows. As for game shows right now, there's not really many that I'm watching. We watch The Chase, which again, I prefer the British version with the Beast. And then they had the Beast in the English version for a while. He's no longer there, and they have like 4 different chasers in a lounge room. And I don't know, I liked just the older one with the Beast. Mark Lebet, I believe was his name, right? Big guy. But yeah, I don't know. Again, just trying to make some conversation, and you guys feel free to have any comments that you'd like about it in the comments. I like talking to you guys. I appreciate that you watch the video and that you have something to say to me, and hopefully I can just have a little chat with you guys. But I'm not having too hard a time with this painting right now. I don't know, maybe this isn't as heavy, but even down here I'm seeing the O's and the D's better, so it's still a little bit slower and a little bit harder than it should be, but the overhead light definitely helps with this painting. So if I do this with you guys with the overhead light, I should be able to actually get this painting done eventually. Do you guys care what painting I work on? Would you like to see this one, or the lady that I'm working on, or another one? Should I do like some YouTubers do an only work on a painting with you guys and not work on it by myself. Doesn't really matter how far into a painting I get without you guys. I'm not sure if, you know, you're just here for the talk and doesn't matter how far into the painting I get, or if you'd like to watch a painting progress. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, you can go ahead and tell me. For now, I'm just gonna work on them when I work on them, and if I can't pull out the camera, I can't pull out the camera. But if you guys would prefer me to have a specific painting to work on with you guys and not by myself, I can always have that one to work with you guys and one to work with by myself. I have thought about it. Also with my video showing you all of my canvases that I recorded. The first one is going to be all my large canvases. Again, you might see that before this. Then I'll have all my 30 by 40 canvases, and I have the one order from Temu, like I said in the video, that I didn't have put away yet. So the last Temu video you had to see. I also realized after that I have 2 of my dolphin paintings sitting out because they are identical, and I wanted to just show you guys them and tell you about them. So they're sitting out so you guys didn't see them either. And then there was one hanging up that I couldn't get down to show you guys, and I'm thinking I might take a picture of that and try to add it into the video. We will see how it goes. I'm not sure if I will or won't do that, but it's a black and white lion, and I have it hanging on the side of my desk, so it fits perfectly on the it's, what do you call that wood topping, like the canopy or whatever, to the desks. The desk has one of those wood toppings, you can sit on it, and it fits perfectly on that limb of the desk. So I put it there. I would like to get another lion one that they have in black and white that's a longer one like that. I just haven't got it yet. But I was informed, apparently my mom decided to go on a little bit of a buying binge again, and I have over 25 diamond paintings coming from Temu again. So you guys will have another unboxing video when those get here. I also did talk to her about showing off all of her paintings for you guys, and she just kind of laughed, like, you just be flipping the page. It's like, yeah, that's about it. You just flip the pages and show them what it looks like. They get to enjoy the pretty visuals, which sadly don't always have the ability to become accompanied by a link because they're older. So, yeah. I don't know why stash videos are entertaining. You see pictures you want and, you know, not have the link to get to them, but I like them too. I like looking at what people have, and it's like, ooh, I want that one, or that one's pretty. But, like, I need to buy more, right? I have so many, and carrying those books, it's unbelievable how heavy a book of diamond paintings can get. I had my 4 30 by 40 books, and 2 of them were full, one of not worked on ones, and then one was about half full of worked on ones, and I had another that had almost nothing in it. And just carrying those 4 books, it's like, this is too heavy. I kind of want to weigh them at some point, and I just haven't got the scale down and did it, because it's not like that important, but it was like mildly piqued my curiosity at how much a book with 120 diamond paintings weighs. But yeah, I can only imagine once the book gets full of 120 finished diamond paintings. Or could you imagine if all the finishes were square, because squares are heavier? Oh boy. Oh, my plastic is cut crooked, that's why. I was working on now. Oh, see, I just went blank. Forgot that it was O when I went to put it away. Say oh no. Yeah. Bad joke. I could talk about TV shows. Any of you guys watching any TV shows? We started watching New Amsterdam on Netflix. Seems to be entertaining. Watching 911, 911 Lone Star, The Good Doctor, The Resident. There's a lot of them. Law and Order, SVU. We started watching that again on Hulu from the beginning. Watching every episode rather than just having it run in the background. Although it still is more of a background show for it. Put it on while I diamond paint or something, not when I just want to stare at the TV. Or when I'm playing a game, so I want to be able to hear it, but if I walk outside with the dogs and come back in, or get distracted, I don't really miss too much, and I still know the majority of the story. I'm gonna work on H, I guess. I don't know, how long do you like these videos to be also? There's another question for you. Because again, I think everybody knows once you start diamond painting, you just want to keep diamond painting. But do you guys really want me to upload like a 5-hour video of me sitting here diamond painting? And maybe that's exaggerating, maybe not. How many people have sat there for like 5 hours diamond painting before? So, yeah, I'm not sure how long these videos should be. I don't mind them being longer videos. If you guys want to watch them or not, it's up to you. But if there's a certain length that becomes like too much that you'd rather me split it into smaller videos, we could easily do smaller videos. I mean, half an hour seems like it's kind of like around the good area where you don't really have to just like, okay, I'm not interested in this conversation, I'm leaving the video because it's going on for like 5 hours. You're just like, it's half an hour, is there anything else? And skip through it. Or I do know that stats say people are not as interested in this as they are unboxings or comparisons or anything like that. But again, I'm not really doing this for the stats. If somebody is replying to this, at least that one person likes it and I can have a conversation with them, make them happy to have somebody to listen to while they're diamond painting. That's all that matters. It's not like it's hurting me for nobody to watch my video. I'm doing it just to do it. If nobody watches it, then nobody watches it, and I recorded it. If I don't record it, I'm still gonna do it. Maybe I'll save my throat a little not talking, but that's really like the only difference. So it's honestly up to you guys to tell me what you think about it. And again, I think I've said this before, my throat doesn't like all the talking, so I don't know if you can tell my voice is getting worse. My throat's starting to hurt more right now. I don't know why it's the case, but it's just always been something with me. Maybe it has something to do with the acid reflux and stuff, but I've always had issues with talking a lot, kind of hurting my throat, possibly killing my voice. However, when I get interested in a subject, like I did with the animal thing earlier, I start going off about it, and it's hard to shut me up on it. So I'm one that's kind of hard to get to talk to you, but if you get me to talk to you, I might bug the fuck out of you talking too much. Also, I hope you don't mind swearing. I just said that, and maybe some people don't like it, but you know what? I'm one that fully believes there is no such thing as a bad word. The only thing that makes a word bad is people's intentions behind it. So I will just say whatever word seems to work in the sentence for me. And if somebody claims it's a bad word, then it's a bad word, but I don't think so. I mean, and I made this joke before, you could you could tell a dog in a happy voice it's a stupid thing that can't think, and it will be happy because your voice is happy. It's the tone, it's not the words that come out of your mouth, right? It doesn't really understand the English. It just understands the tone of your voice and your mood, and it can associate words, but it doesn't mean it knows the words sit like we do. It just knows that if it hears that word and does that task, it gets rewarded. So again, it kind of proves that the words aren't bad. If you call somebody stupid, humans think of it as a bad thing, but if you tell your dog, aren't you so stupid, you just ran into the wall trying to catch your ball, it's not insulting the dog. You still love the dog, and the dog just hears the happiness and doesn't care. So I think humans put way too much weight behind words. Shit. I was on H, sorry. So, again, I don't think there is such a thing as a bad word. There is a funny old video about, what is it, like the F word, the most usable word in the English language or something like that. There's a few different ones on YouTube. They're all about 8 years old or something like that. And it's kind of like this documentary style video telling you how it's the only word that can be used in any sentence in any way, and you could say it lovingly, or you can say it hatefully, or you could say it, you know, it's like interesting. It's kind of true. And then oh, what was his name? I really like the actor that did it, but I'm not coming up with his name right now. I think it was a Netflix movie, and it was the history of curse words or swear words or something like that, and they were talking how the word was created, what it originated from, if it was a word in another language that we kind of translated, or how it ended up being a good or bad word, where, you know, well, bad word I guess because they're curse words. But oh, battery too low. My battery's at 15%, guys, even though you're plugged in. My charger isn't working correctly. So I guess my random blobbing of nothingness that I'm doing right now will have to cease. The video for this one is 36 minutes plus whatever was previous. So I will let you guys go to do what you're doing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, feel free to comment what you're working on, what you're watching, what entertains you, other than diamond painting. Because we all know you guys like diamond painting, right? Again, you can tell me what you're doing in your diamond painting, but what else do you do? Do you listen to books while you diamond paint? Do you watch movies while you diamond paint? TV shows? Do you like something that can grab your focus, or do you like something that doesn't grab your focus as much so you're not looking away from the canvas as often? Alright, have a nice day. Again, thank you all for watching. I am really happy that some of you guys are finding this enjoyable.